Hey folks, quick disclaimer about Greasy Says, my new show about being a game developer for 15 years who's brown. Okay, Greasy Says contains explicit language, adult situations, and viewer discretion is strongly advised. Right? Greasy Says is supposed to be a comedic take on what it's like to be in the gaming industry from my perspective, but I'm not out here trying to make people feel uncomfortable just for the sake of it. So, to sum it up, I have a potty mouth. Don't let your kids listen to this shit. And kings and queens above 18 only. Let's try that. All right? Lay is...
Haha, let's get this party started.
High def with the professional.
Greasy says.
I need a vacation, yo. I know some of y'all out there working. You know what I mean? Some of y'all work nonstop. I do too. But you ever get back from a vacation and then like a few weeks later you feel like, damn, I need another vacation. I need another vacation, yo. I know I stopped where I had the summer, quote unquote, off of the podcast. But like I had other shit going on in my life. Lots of shit going on in my life. So I didn't have the podcast, but I was still grinding on a bunch of other shit. And now I got the podcast back up, which is awesome. But I still got all that other shit going on, and it's getting more and more intense. And I need another vacation, man. I need some time off. I gotta take my own advice. Can't be burning out in this motherfucker. So I think I'm gonna take a couple days soon and just like check out, maybe like take a little bit of a road trip and just get away from screens. That's the thing, man. It's like my eyes and shit at the end of a day be like burning. It be all dry and shit. I know I can use drops. I use drops and shit. But you know what I mean? Like when you like, let's say you're in the studio or you're coding or you're game developing or you're building levels or you're doing sound design or whatever, or you're answering fucking emails. You spend all this time on in front of a computer or looking at a screen. Duh, right? Fucking idiot. Of course we all do. But then you get up, right? And you're like, I'm gonna take a break. And you walk outside and you check your phone. Or you throw on a podcast and you stuff your ears with shit. You don't ever disconnect. Never. Like, I realized that shit this week. I'm like, when I turn off, I just go and I check other screens. I'm always on a screen, man. And then my homie sent me this interesting article about, you know, potentially there's been some scientific studies, but potentially there's a link, and this is not like proven, but potentially there's a link between blue light and like early onset of puberty in teens. And the potential that like blue light, a lot of blue light fucks up your brain as you grow because like it hurts your ability. And this is me being an idiot. I don't know shit. I'm not a scientist, right? But it like all that blue light messes with your ability to like multitask and to focus and problem solvings and mood issues, and like all these things are linked. And like before a certain age, it's bad to push the development of those aspects of your brain or whatever, those parts of your brain. So before you hit puberty, you're not ready to handle all that blue light. That's fucking crazy to me if that's true. We'll see. We'll find out, because there's an additional thing of like an inability to procreate. So my brain goes on some Children of Men shit. What if what happened right before Children of Men? You know that movie? If you've never seen that movie, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Just go fucking watch that movie right now. But the beginning, like before Children of Men happened, imagine if it was just like everybody was on cell phones and all that blue light basically killed our ability to make babies, killed fertility somehow. You know what I mean? Whether it's like kids growing up way early in puberty and then some shit gets fucked up in their DNA and they can't reproduce. Imagine if phone screens and all the screens we have around us would be the reason for our extinction. That's the kind of tip I'm on today, y'all. That's the tip. That's why I need a vacation. I'm thinking about the end of civilization because of the screens I look at every day. It's time for a break. It's time for a break. When you going to take it? It's time for a break. I'm gonna get in the car. I'm gonna pick all back roads. I'm getting into a kick right now. Okay, all right. Let me bring y'all up to speed. All right. Electric cars are the new crypto. That's my thought. First off, right off the bat, EVs are the new crypto. You know why? Boom. They're like the future of shit, right? Right? In like the public eye, it's like the future, quote unquote. Two is like highly desirable for some reason. It's like sexy, right? To have an EV, and it's just sexy to like be in crypto and be making money in crypto, whatever. Also, EVs are fucking expensive as fuck right now. Like $10,000 over MSRP for a used EV. It's ridiculous because of the chip shortage, because of supply and demand, and then federal incentives are changing. Whatever. I've been doing a lot of research. I don't need to nerd out on y'all. Y'all don't give a fuck. But like, crypto is mad expensive too because you jump in there and then the rug gets pulled out from under you. Lost a bunch of money. But I want an EV. I want to get one of those shits, man. I'm watching all these motherfuckers on YouTube driving these EVs. I'm like, I want one. And I've been a pedestrian for years. For my whole life. I never owned a car because I thought it was stupid. Because it's mad pollutant and it's like a huge drain on humanity. And I guess EVs aren't much different. But I'm getting to that stage now where, you know what I mean? Like, I put in my time of being a good global citizen. I didn't have a car for a long time. I used public transportation as much as I could. But now I kind of want to have a little fun. And that's the thing, you know, as a person who's getting older, you start just wanting to have fun because it's like, what else we gonna do? This shit it's real hard out here for people, man. Like, you might as well have some fun with the time you have, you know what I'm saying? So I've been wanting one of those shits. What was the point of me talking about this? Oh, right. So I'm gonna take a vacation. I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna just pick all fucking non-highway, scenic, fun roads to drive on. I'm gonna go and drive for a few days. So like, stay somewhere, you know what I mean, out of town. No access to all the shit I usually do. No games. I ain't bringing no Switch. I ain't bringing nothing, man. I'm bringing music. I'll bring music on my phone. I gotta have my phone because you gotta have your phone. I might even leave the music gear. No, I'll bring the music gear with me because that's not that bad. You know, it's not like a screen. You know, you fucking with buttons and like pads. It's tactile. It's real. So I might fucking bring the Playin with me. But yeah, just disconnect and like not look at screens for hours at a time and just like go outside and look at some like nature and shit, man. That's what I need in my life right now. I urge you to do the same fucking thing. Winter is coming, all right? Winter is coming. The end of the year is coming. That shit is a slog, all right? You got all the holidays and all that shit, and that shit, some of it's fun and some of it is a fucking slog. Like, you gotta fucking drag your ass through that shit. It's hard work. So right before that shit kick off, man, take yourself a little vacation, man. That's what Uncle Greasy is suggesting. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do it because I'm about to snap on these motherfuckers if I don't. So can't be having that. Farming simulators are the new old hotness. Everything nowadays have farming in it. You gotta have, if you have a top-down, you have an isometric 2D game with cute characters and they going in the dungeons and shit, best believe you're gonna be farming at some point. Best believe there's gonna be a grid interface where you laying down cabbages and shit. What is up with that? Farming is such a huge niche in gaming now. Everybody does it. Is it that we really just want to get back to basics? I mean, maybe that's just it, man. It calls to our primal nature of being a fucking, not a hunter-gatherer, but a fucking, you know, the other one. What's the opposite of a hunter-gatherer?
Oh, you got this. I believe in you. I believe in you. You got this. Come on, dig deep.
Damn, I used to know that shit back in the day.
Oh.
You just stay home and grow crops. I think a lot of people just want to do that. Just grow some crops, man. Simple life, simple routine. I really want an EV. I was looking at that Ioniq 5. Shit looked like a fucking Back to the Future car. Man, those shits are fly as hell. Why they can't, like America is so far behind in the electric car world compared to the rest of the world in the adoption of electric cars. Dog, I've been watching all these videos. You know how far ahead Europe is? And like China and like Korea and shit. Like they got chargers everywhere. The infrastructure is banging. They got fucking cheap cars. They got expensive cars. They got big cars, little cars. Cars for all kinds of different fucking types of people. All running on electric for all different kinds of ranges. All different price points. Available to people everywhere. America is a joke compared to that, yo. They ain't got shit out here, man. They got like, I mean, it's growing. You know what I'm saying? And it'll get there. But damn, like, it's so clear once you start researching electric cars how behind America is. It's madness. If you're not rich as fuck, you ain't getting on this quote unquote green initiative, yo. Even if they do pass that federal incentive, like, it's still gonna be out of reach for the majority of people. It makes me sad. I wonder if they'll start putting electric cars in like Gran Turismo and shit, or in like Need for Speed. It's gotta happen at some point. Does that even exist right now? Like I haven't played a racing game in a long time. I haven't bought a racing game in a long time. I was gonna fuck with Need for Speed Heat because it was free on Steam, but I think I missed the window. But yeah, man, you're gonna start seeing like a fucking Model S, oh no, a Model 3 in Need for Speed, and it's just gonna be dusting all of these sports cars off the line and shit. That's just gonna be funny as hell.
You always picking them. You always picking the Tesla Model 3. That's like Jordan. That's like picking Jordan. You know you're gonna win. That's like cheating. What the fuck?
So what? I want to pick the Model 3. That's cool. That's who I like. That's what I like. I want to drive that.
Yeah, but that's not that. You lame, man. Fuck on, man.
It's gonna be like that. But online, not with some motherfucker next to you on the couch. PlayStation, back in the lead, man. Crushing it. They got all the good games. They got all the upcoming releases that they have are fire. They got mad exclusive. I mean, what, like, for real, you know, people make mistakes. But like, if you bought an Xbox, what's it doing right now? What's it doing? Is it keeping that TV stand warm? You play it? What do you play on that? What's the hot shit on Xbox? Yeah. I mean, Switch. Even Switch. Like, yeah, they got some hot shit every now and again, but like, in terms of like fire shit, You know what I mean? PlayStation just running shit again, man. It's like back in PS2 days. It's like they just running shit. It's crazy. Very excited for their lineup, man. Starting with that God of War, what is it? Thor Ragnarok. It's gonna be dope. It can't not be dope, you know? God of War is gonna be one of those games I feel like they're gonna remake 10 years from now, like they do with like Last of Us. They're gonna put like God of War, the first new God of War from the PS4. That's just gonna come out on the PS8, like remastered with full VR support. Fucking, I don't know. could smell fucking Kratos's underarms and shit coming out the controller and shit. That level, you know what I'm saying? Smell technology and shit. And then my final thought before we kick off the show, right? That's my final thought, yeah. Is when did I hope you have a good day become the new fuck you? I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a great day. You have a great day now, okay? Did you believe me when I said that? Did you think I wanted you to have a good day? I want you to make sure you have a great fucking day today. Yeah. If you put the emphasis on great, like fucking great day today, you know you just want to stab that person. Yeah, I don't do that. I'd rather not say anything to you. Just, you know, walk away instead of lying to your face with that shit. But people do it all the time now. I hear it all the time. It may not come out in those exact words every time, but I hear it more and more now. People are people are more dicks to each other than ever before, but they do it so PC, like you can't even tell. It's crazy.
That seems like a good enough time to remind you that you can reach out to me on social media and tell me to have a great day. That's Greasy Says on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. You can also find me on Twitter under the name M-CUE if you want to reach out. Say some shit or stuff you want me to cover on Greasy Says. The door is open. Let's pick a key.
Today's key is a surprise. Here it is.
What you play, what you play, what you play, what you playing, what are you playing?
What you playing?
Oh man, I've been so excited to talk about this one. This game, I've been playing this game for like the last 3 weeks or something. Hands down the most hours I've put into any of the games I've been playing right now. I started playing Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey again. And this game came along and I bought it and I was just like, oh, well, Ancestors going back in the pile because this shit has my full attention. Cult of the Lamb. Bruh, dude, guy, lady. Y'all don't understand how cool this game is. All right, on the surface, if you're a gamer, you know about these games. It's a dungeon diver. It's a roguelike. It's a dungeon crawler in the likes of Diablo. Running through dungeons. The dungeons are random. I don't know if they're randomly generated. I think they are. Yeah, they probably are. And battling various monsters and things trying to kill you. But there's a cool twist on this in that it adds a sort of resource management game on top of it, which is not new, right? Stardew Valley was kind of the same thing. They have a lot of games like that. But instead of a village full of animals or cute people, it's all like your worshipers because you are the leader of a cult. I don't want to give away too much of the story, but that's the deal. You are the leader of a cult, and you're a little lamb, the cutest goddamn cult leader I've ever seen. And your job is to grow your cult by going down into the dungeons and murdering things and then coming back. Sometimes when you're murdering things, you may come across a potential follower, and you can recruit that follower to your cult. Not really recruit because they don't have a choice. And they go back to your homestead, your cult base, your church, whatever you want to call it. And they do various things for you. Grow food, take dumps, they worship, they build stuff for you, cut down trees, all that kind of shit. And the art style is adorable. All right? It's the cutest goddamn thing ever. It may annoy people because it's that, Cal art style.
right? Where it's all kind of samey. It's all, what is it? Steven Universe or Fairly Odd Parents or Fairly Odd Parents? I don't remember. That kind of style, very like repeatable style of drawing, illustration, and animation. But it doesn't matter. It fits perfectly. The vibe fits perfectly because the characters are extremely cute. But everything you're doing to these characters and all of your actions are horrible, dire shit. Like sacrificing people and shaking people down for money, and your followers die, and you could either bury them or you could like split their body open and take all the meat inside and like use that to feed your people. You could make people eat poop. You could kill people with the wrong food. It's like super, super fucking dark, but it's more palatable because it's in this cutesy art style. Genius fucking move. If this game had been like all dark and gritty, I don't think it would be as good. It's the juxtaposition of the cuteness and the horror that makes it so unique and so fun and easy to look at and easy to play for hours on end. You know what I mean? It's the best game ever. It's the best game ever. The combat, super fluid, you know what I mean? Very forgiving. I'll give it that. But I like it. It makes you want to keep dungeon diving. It makes you want to keep playing because you feel like a badass. All of your weapons are randomized, which is hilarious. Because sometimes you get stuck with a really, really slow hammer and you just got to hope and pray you can make it through the dungeon. And the base building is shallow, but it's really, it carries you through the dungeon crawling. You know, it's something to do when you come back from doing a dungeon. So it's not just constant drilling of dungeons. Yeah, you spend like 10 minutes managing your base and, you know, locking up dissenters or telling somebody to go to sleep or healing a follower, a cult member who's sick or whatever. So it's a really nice up and down flow. It's a great flow of like intense battles and then really calm sort of farmy shit. Intense battles and really calm farmy shit. It's dope. And let me just tell you, probably one of the dopest soundtracks ever. I freaking love the soundtrack to this game. I gotta give the person props. Let me just find it. I looked them up and they're from Australia, but I can't remember their name. Hold on. All right. Person's name is Narayana Johnson. All right, out of Australia. Also known as Riverboy Beats on Twitter. This cat writes amazing music, yo. The vibe is very it's synthy. It has a lot of bass drops and stuff in it. It's aggressive sounding, but it also is bouncy. Super memorable melodies. You'll be singing this shit to yourself nonstop, guaranteed. It's the perfect mix of being hard, just like the game itself and the visuals and everything. The whole execution is good. It does this thing of like being dark and brooding and horrifying at times, and being super light and cute and bouncy at the same time. It's an accomplishment. This game is an accomplishment. It just shows how when you have a really strong creative direction and you nail everything at the same level and with the same attention, the game can't help but be good. It doesn't matter the budget. It doesn't matter how big the team is. Once you have that gel, you're unstoppable. It's so sick. This game is incredible. You should absolutely go buy it right now, full price. Don't even look back. Don't even think about it. Just buy it right now.
One cult of lamb, please. Thank you.
Dope or dumb?
Religion. You know what I mean? Playing Cult of the Lamb. Think about religion and whether religion is dope or dumb. I mean, I know what I think, but I was raised with religion. I was raised Catholic. I went to church every Sunday and shit. You know what I'm saying? There is some dope stuff I remember from back then. You know what I mean? There was a sense of community. There was a sense of, talking about doing the right thing at the very least. There's some lessons in there, you know what I mean? If you could carve through all the bullshit, depending on the priest you had, he might have been a dope MC. He might have been dropping bars up inside of there and making you feel inspired and shit. Sometimes, most of the time, not really. Not really. Boring as fuck. So there's some dopeness. I mean, yo, and back then, you know what I'm saying? That was like a social event too, because I might see a little girl that I liked, and I'd be looking at her over the pews and shit. You know what I mean? Like that was a social event for me as well. So my little ass brain thought it was kind of dope, even though I thought most of the shit they were talking about was kind of dumb. On the flip side, though, religion is like one of the dumbest shits ever. It's dumb as hell. It's dumb. It's as dumb as politics, man. I kind of see them as the same thing. Like, if religion is dumb, politics is dumb. Because it's the same shit. You just believe in some shit people tell you based on nothing. You just following a herd. You know what I mean? You real herd mentality when it comes to religion and politics. And there's an acceptance of the way things are. There's no questioning in religion. I mean, no, that's not true. That's not true. I'm full of shit because I know, like in Judaism and shit, they always talking about question everything. Always be asking the 4 questions. The kids who question shit. Like, you always gotta be asking, like, why? Why y'all doing it like this? So yeah, I think I might be wrong about that. But at the same time, you don't question that they have a white dude living in the sky with a gray beard. Sometimes he's just a white dude with his head in a cloud, so you can't see his face. You know what I mean? Or like Preacher, like the comic Preacher, where God is like, it's like he's scared and he's trying to flex and shit don't really work and he's out of touch. Like, I'm supposed to believe all of that? How dumb do you think I am? You know what I mean? Who said so? The Pope? Oh, okay. I don't know the Pope. I never met the Pope. I don't even know what's the Pope's name? I don't even know his name. What's his phone number? Can I get his phone number? No? So then, who's to say any of this shit is true? You know what I mean? It's just like politics. Like, are there 2 sides? Is there a Democratic side and a Republican side, or are we just a bunch of fucking assholes out here? With everybody had their own agenda, you know what I mean? Like, do parties make sense? Not really. Do the lines we draw make sense? Not really. And that's what's kind of dumb about religion, is like, it separates people. It brings some people together, but for the vast majority, it separates us. Pushes us further apart. And that shit don't make no fucking sense to me. On the last episode, which was called Speaking of QA, I talked about, you know, how I think QA does half a code's job, really, and they should get paid more, and there should be bonuses. I think that there should be bonuses for QA if a game come out and it's not buggy as fuck. And I got a listener comment about it that was, quality comment, man. Quality fucking comment. Check this shit out. I'm gonna try to do it justice. I love that you had a spot about QA pay and your thought of QA bonuses in your podcast. Appreciate the advocacy. We actually did an entire episode about QA compensation that kicks off a discussion about how QA is underpaid. This person has a podcast. It later goes into how to advocate for yourself, but the main bit about what our job actually entails and why we should be compensated better is in the first half of the episode. I went and listened to it. It's fucking awesome. I wish I could shout this person out, but I'm not trying to blow up their spot. One thing that popped into my head while listening to your bonus idea is that while the intentions were great, I'd worry this could have an inverse effect where buggy releases means penalizing QA compensation. Ultimately, wait, so before I continue, yeah, you know, that's a really good point. I didn't think about that. Like, if you tie bonuses to games not being buggy, is it QA's fault when the game comes out buggy as fuck? It's not that simple. It's not that cut and dry. There's a lot of factors that play into that, right? They continue. Ultimately, just pay us more, like you said in your podcast, right? But then this person has a slightly longer comment, which I fucking love. I'd be concerned that this might reinforce the thought of QA owning and curating all bugs, and that escaped defects, bugs that make it out into the wild, are QA's fault. Very good point, for real. Like, that, I didn't think about that part. I'm sure if I had thought longer than my fucking mouth was running, I would have figured that out, but I didn't. Typical greasiness. One big piece, they continue, one big piece about bugs releasing in the wild is that statistically, QA finds a vast majority of the bugs, right? They go on in some detail about some other shit, right? But they'd be, like, they continue, I'd be worried about weaponizing buggy releases against QA, when in reality, it's not usually our call whether or not those bugs make it to the player. That's fucking straight up facts, right? I definitely said that before in the last episode. It's not always QA's fault that bugs get up. People up the chain say, like, it's fine, all right? Where was I? Make it to play, yeah. I'd also be concerned that this would reinforce using bug quotas as a metric of QA performing well, where more bugs equals QA is doing great. That kind of pressure on a QA team is miserable, and this data point does not provide anything when communicating the quality of a product. What a fucking, what an intelligent fucking discourse. God damn. I love this show. I love when shit like this happens. Did y'all hear this? I fully agree. I fully agree. And I think we agree, just pay QA more. QA is very important. Pay him more. Pay him more. Period. My bonus idea has flaws. Maybe it could be, there could be still my bonus idea with some protections built in so that QA doesn't become attacked or bugs don't become weaponized against QA, because that would be a disaster. But, yo, we figuring out world issues here on the fucking Greasy Says, on Greasy Says. We doing it real time. Thank you for writing in. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being so thorough, so thoughtful, and coming with that new perspective and checking me on the shit that I was talking about. This is the best, one of the best parts about Greasy Says. I love this shit. So keep them coming. Greasy Says on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Hit me up. Tell me when I'm fucking up, or give me some sweet fucking written comments. I can't even say it's a comment, because it's like it's a little bit of it's an essay almost. It deserves more than just comment. But yeah, hit me up on all that shit on social media, and let me know what you think about things I talk about, just like this person did. Amazing. One more time. And as always, we have to end. I mean, I can't believe we're here already. We have to end every episode of Greasy Says with a little bit of time for
Medicate and meditate.
this week, since we talking about religion. Which one you gonna follow? Or are you just a loner? Who knows? Don't drink the Koolaid. 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 Oh yeah. Sometimes we got religious beliefs in our ways of thinking, ways of doing things. But don't be a slave to that Kool-Aid. You could always drink something else, like some coconut water. Water from the coconut. Or maybe a kombucha. What flavor? Or if you're really lucky, a green juice. don't drink the Kool-Aid. Don't drink it, don't drink it, don't drink it. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Oh yeah. Don't drink that Kool-Aid. Y'all saw what happened to everybody down in Guyana. Don't be drinking that Kool-Aid, man. Don't believe every religious thing you hear. Don't adhere too closely to any doctrine or way of thinking. Always be willing to break through, man. Always be willing to change up. That's how we evolve. That's how we get better. Don't be stubborn in your thinking like religions tend to be. Well, ladies and germs, we have reached the end of another episode of Greasy Says. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor. I love coming back every couple weeks and trying to entertain y'all, make y'all laugh, make y'all think. If you've been enjoying the show, please let your boy know by doing a couple things. Reach out to me on social. Greasy Says on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Tell me I'm doing a good job. Subscribe, or like, you know what I mean? Like whatever it is in Apple, like the equivalent of subscribing, following the podcast. That helps a lot. That'd be cool. That makes me feel good. Spreading the word, you know, if you like an episode, just reach out to your homies and be like, yo, check this shit out. It's just fire. And that just ups the listeners and we spread the greasiness. That's always what we aim to do. That's what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and I almost forgot. Holy shit. Greasy Says has an email address now. So if you have questions or ideas or games you want me to check out, links, whatever, hopefully not links filled with viruses, filled to the brim with viruses, you can reach out to me on greasysays@gmail.com. Very simple. Greasy Says, like the name of the show, at Gmail, because it's free. So reach out. If you don't want to, reach out to me on social, sometimes that's a pain in the ass. You want to write an email, that's a lot more sort of stealth. That's easier for people to do right from their browser or their phone without having to join and follow a motherfucker. So reach out to me, greasysays@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. All right? Greasy people, I want to thank you for coming out. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, give me feedback, hit me up on that Gmail shit. And until next time, it's me, Greasy. And I'm checking out with the room key.